Green Sukuk and Islamic finance. Can ethical money save the planet? Imagine a world where every dollar, every euro, and every dirham invested not only brought profit, but also healed the planet. A world where finance wasn't just about numbers on a balance sheet, but about clean air, renewable energy, and preserving the earth for our children. Today, that vision is shaping into reality through green finance. And surprisingly, Islamic finance may already hold the blueprint for it. Welcome to Islamic Finance Unboxed. In this episode, we'll dive into Green Sukuk, explore how Islamic finance and sustainability naturally overlap, and ask, can ethical money really save the planet? What is green finance? Let's start simple. Green finance means channeling funds toward projects that benefit the environment. Think of building solar farms, wind power plants, green buildings, clean water systems, or climate-resilient agriculture. The concept gained momentum in the last 2 decades as governments, businesses, and investors realized climate change is not just an environmental issue, it's an economic one. Hurricanes, droughts, and rising seas all carry massive financial costs. That's why we see instruments like green bonds, climate funds, and sustainable investment portfolios. In 2024 alone, the global issuance of green bonds surpassed $600 billion, making it one of the fastest-growing segments of global finance. But here's the catch. While green finance looks promising, many critics worry about greenwashing. That's when a project is labeled green for marketing, even if its actual environmental impact is questionable. So, the demand for genuinely ethical finance is higher than ever. Islamic finance, ethics at the core. Now, where does Islamic finance fit into this story? Islamic finance is built on ethics, transparency, and responsibility. It prohibits harmful industries like alcohol, gambling, and weapons. It avoids speculation and excessive uncertainty. And most importantly, it promotes shared prosperity through risk-sharing and asset-backed investments. If you think about it, these principles sound very similar to what sustainability advocates call ESG, environmental, social, and governance investing. In other words, while the global financial world is racing to become green and ethical, Islamic finance was born with that DNA. Enter the Green Sukuk. Now to the star of today's episode, Green Sukuk. For those new here, a sukuk is often described as an Islamic bond, but in reality, it's more like a certificate of ownership in a tangible asset or project. Investors earn returns not from interest, which is prohibited, but from the profits that the project itself generates. A green sukuk takes this one step further. The funds raised are exclusively used for projects with environmental benefits. Let's look at some real-world examples. Malaysia issued the world's first green sukuk in 2017, financing solar power plants. Indonesia followed, becoming the world's largest sovereign issuer of green sukuk, funding projects like sustainable transport and climate-resilient agriculture. The UAE and Saudi Arabia have also entered the field, linking their sukuk programs to clean energy and sustainable infrastructure. By 2024, the global market for green sukuk had crossed $20 billion in issuance. A small but fast-growing piece of the wider green finance puzzle. Maqasid al-Shariah and the environment. So, why is green sukuk not just financially clever, but also Islamically meaningful? Here we turn to Maqasid al-Shariah, the higher objectives of Islamic law. These objectives include the protection of life, intellect, property, faith, and future generations. Now think about it. Protecting the environment directly safeguards life. Renewable energy preserves resources for future generations. Sustainable farming protects health and well-being. In this sense, green sukuk isn't just a modern invention. It is an extension of Islamic values applied to one of today's biggest challenges. Some scholars even argue that environmental stewardship is a form of ibadah, worship, because it fulfills the Quranic principle of humans being khalifa, or stewards, of the earth. The challenges ahead. Of course, it's not all smooth sailing. Green sukuk faces several challenges. Scale. Compared to trillions in global bonds, the green sukuk market is still tiny. Awareness. Many Muslim investors don't even know these products exist. Costs. Certifying a sukuk as green requires extra verification, which can make issuance more expensive. Greenwashing risks. Just like in conventional markets, there's a danger that projects labeled green may not truly deliver environmental benefits. Unless these issues are managed, Green Sukuk could struggle to achieve its full potential. Where green finance and Islamic finance overlap. The overlap between Islamic finance and green finance is almost natural. 1. Both are ethical, they avoid harmful activities. 2. Both are purpose-driven, not just profit, but impact. 3. Both rely on trust. Investors want transparency. And here's something interesting. Many global investors who are not Muslim are starting to see Islamic finance as a trusted partner in the sustainability transition. For example, Western asset managers have invested in Indonesia's Green Sukuk simply because it offered what they wanted, a credible, asset-backed, ethical investment. Future potential. Despite the hurdles, the potential is massive. The Islamic finance industry is worth over $4 trillion, with steady annual growth. Imagine if even 10% of that were directed toward green investments. That's $400 billion shaping the future of renewable energy, sustainable cities, and climate resilience. And this is not just theory. Countries like Malaysia are actively creating frameworks that make it easier for companies to issue Green Sukuk. The Islamic Development Bank has also launched initiatives linking development goals with green financing. In a time when climate action feels urgent, Islamic finance could play a historic role, not just serving Muslim communities, but guiding the global economy toward more ethical and sustainable models. Why this matters beyond finance. Let's step back for a moment. This isn't just about banks, bonds, and investment funds. It's about the role of money in shaping our collective destiny. Islamic finance has often been criticized for being too similar to conventional finance, just with Arabic names. Green Sukuk offers a chance to prove otherwise. It shows that Islamic finance can innovate, lead, and provide solutions to global problems that affect everyone, Muslim and non-Muslim alike. And for young Muslims especially, Green Sukuk offers a way to live their values while participating in modern finance. It's faith and future combined. So, can ethical money save the planet? The truth is, no financial tool alone can stop climate change. But Green Sukuk shows us that when finance is guided by ethics, by Shariah, by sustainability, by the desire to protect life, it can become a powerful force for good. The world doesn't just need more capital. It needs capital with a conscience. And perhaps Islamic finance, through Green Sukuk, can be that conscience. Thank you for watching Islamic Finance Unboxed. If you found this episode insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And tell us in the comments, would you invest in a Green Sukuk if given the chance?